Okay, we're gonna start this video with an ode to my lip gloss. It's called Lip Injection. This one is called Just Friends. We're giving pink. Yes, I do have a track on Abortion Barbie, and it's called Tingling Lip Gloss. That's what that is. Okay. Tonight we're talking about the black tax. The black tax. Now I've been meaning to make this video as a response video to I always butcher her name. It's like I'll tag her, but this is a response. She actually made a video about this, and then I saw that Ostefco actually made another video about this, and I want to chime in with my 2 cents. So, what is the black tax? It's basically this idea that you should take care of your family members if you have more. Now, if you want a longer explanation on it, go watch. I think her name is Chilanda. She made a video about this. It's very common amongst like Africans who come to America and are academically successful or get, corporate jobs, and then they're like expected to like, take care of and pay for their family members back in Africa because they're making more money. Now, the problem with this is America, the American middle class, has done a really great job of depicting for you how the family unit is the most important unit in terms of like economic mobility, stability, like just everything. And that's just like the mother, the father, the marriage, the children, the house, right? And it grows from there. It's totally okay to have like a sister with another family and like all the like additional family who stems out from it, but everyone has to have like their own lives. And this is a part where I think people skip out on like the purpose of college. Like, you're going to college to get a career. The career part, like, everyone has to do something. Like, being a wife and a mother is a career path. It's just that the way to get there has changed like a lot. And I've made actually a lot of content about this as well when I talked about there's a movie, oh my god, there's a whole movie that like unpacks this with Julia Roberts, where she's like a teacher at this woman's college. I'll find it and I'll put it in the description box. But I unpacked that movie like 3 times already on this channel, so I'm not gonna keep doing it. Go watch the old videos if you want to know what I'm talking about. But basically women are going to college to meet husbands. Like, that's kind of the point of some people going. Not everyone, but some people. Anyway, but like the problem here again is that like with black women, there's just not enough like black men who like go to college and are like decent, and then actually like black women. So black women just don't have husbands if they're like traditionally like dating black men. And then also like there's just like a time period for everything. Like, well, I don't know the age of you, but like it's pretty much by your senior year of college, you pretty much know who you're going to be with. If the people who haven't made a decision, like you have, like everybody has to choose. Like, the women have to, the girl has to choose the guy has to choose the girl. It's also not this thing where I think guys are like sitting out here believing that like that they can just get anyone, right? And that there's going to be like the pick of the litter, and then like the women who aren't chosen, okay, those are like the hand-me-downs, like they're gonna get them. Like, a lot of women are choosing nothing. Like, they're actually choosing a career over all of that. Like, they're literally saying, I don't want to be a housewife, I don't want to be a mother. Like, I don't want that. I actually want the career. And we have to be serious because that's a real choice that you can make. Like, that is a life choice that you can make. Now, the thing with the black tax, which Chilanda, I think, I'm butchering her name, that she gets completely right about this. She says, like, okay, so the problem, or well, she doesn't say this, but like I personally think this. The problem with the black tax is that it encourages people to not work because they're like, well, this person who's in America and who's doing really well there, and their own success is like the success of our family, and we can all live off of that money because like, and so we don't have to work. We can just wait for them to like send money back because of the currency difference. Now, in every country, in every part of the world right now, there's a concept of money everywhere you go. And with the money, you can buy things like food, housing, transportation, music, concert tickets, Everywhere that you go in the world, it's the same thing. With money, you can buy shit. So, what would make you think that just because someone is in America and like America in terms of like GDP, actually the euro is worth more than the dollar, but whatever. Like so let's say like you're in America as opposed to like the naira or something, which is like the currency I believe in Kenya. It's worth like 100 naira is like $1. So then like why do you think that like because it's the currency rate is so high that you just shouldn't work if you're in Kenya? Like then what the fuck would you do with your life? Like if you're not like what are you doing for 100 years if you haven't gotten any job, you're not earning any money? Like that's and I saw another video about this where there's this African woman who gets on and she's like we need like capitalism in Africa. Like capitalism is what will save Africa. And I agree with her. I think that like African people need to get the fuck up and start businesses and start selling shit to like other African people. Not I don't know why people keep focusing on like selling shit to like Americans or whatever. Like Americans are going to be okay. Like we don't need Africans to sell shit to Americans, but we need like Africans to like build things and sell shit to other Africans, even if it's for like 1 naira. The point is you need to create something, some invention. Like we already have created all the shit in America. Like we have toaster ovens and Google Homes, we have beds, we have like iPhones. Okay. Like we already have all the shit to like basically learn how to live to 100 years. In Africa, people are not living that long because like y'all haven't figured it out yet. Like that's the issue. That is it. Like so either figure out a way to like import the shit that we're using, the toaster ovens, the building homes for people, apartments, like clean water sources, sewage, toilets, like whatever it is that you need, whatever the invention is that we have here that you don't have there, like some African person needs to fucking go and give it to all the people who don't have it. Like we actually had a point in America. It was called like the Great Depression. That was a real point in American history where like everybody didn't have sewage. The reason that Italian people weren't considered white is because they were living in like fucking parts of New York that didn't have proper sewage. There's an entire documentary where they talk about how like black and Puerto Rican people were like not able to like live in these like communities and shit, and their apartments didn't have any like electricity, and it was like all this really awful shit. It was like race-based housing discrimination virtually. And I don't know, it was called something, the fires of something. There's actually a whole like people have like a thread on it where people are learning about this in a college class now, and all the students are like commenting on it. Maybe go read that if you didn't know that that was like a thing, but that is a thing, and you should watch that documentary if you haven't seen it. But we've all come a very long way. That's the point that I'm trying to make. And specifically because I am African and I care about like African people, that's it. Like you can't like you have to figure out a way to like actually earn money in Africa. Like you could start by probably selling food is like the easiest way to do it, right? Like, so if you start with like a coffee shop, that's great. Okay, then after that, maybe you get a rice maker and just sell like rice to people, because there's like a lot of people who are starving. Like starvation is like a real thing. So if there was just like 20 like food startups that maybe sold food for like a penny, and the government just gave every person like 1 penny a day or something, and then that penny was like a meal ticket, then people would be fed, and then we could like kind of move it forward from there. But there's like a lot of people who are dying of starvation, and it's like the WHO keeps coming in and giving food, and the militants are coming and stealing the food. Like those are the issues. I don't like that. There's not like another thing. Like everybody in America has food if they want the food, right? There's enough food pantries, food stamps, public housing. Like we can like ghettoize all the people that are like poor here and be like, ha ha ha, you're poor. Okay, maybe it's funny, but they also still have like water, they have electricity, they have cell phones, they have apartments. So like we have shelters. People aren't like like a lot of the people who are sleeping on the street in America, like I don't know why homeless people keep moving to California. It's a very populous state. Like they could just move to like a smaller state and be homeless and then kind of get their lives together. But like another thing we have to be serious about is that there just everywhere you go, there's a cost of living. Being alive isn't free. It just isn't. Like, you don't have, I know there's a lot of people with a socialist channel and they're all like, oh, everybody just deserves to just have things. It just can't work like that. Like, we have to have a monetary exchange, because otherwise, like, it would just result to chaos. Like, there isn't another way to like live in a civil society besides capitalism. Like, money has to exchange hands. Like, if you want to blow out, if you want your nails done, okay. If you want to like eat ramen, if you want to like go to Harry Styles concerts, Beyonce concerts, it costs money. Like, okay, so here's an example. Today I saw that like Beyonce, because it's Juneteenth, for her concert today, she wore an outfit by African designers to celebrate Juneteenth. Now, this is also contributing to capitalism, because she like purchased those dresses and her outfits and everything that she wore from the African designers, the black designers, and she gave them money, and then she also promoted their brand, and now other people can also buy that merchandise. Do you see how like it's like contributing to the economy? Like, the Destiny's Child videos, even though they're kind of like, when you really think about it, they're kind of like basic and it's just like poppy pop, there's like, poppy pops or whatever, but at the same time it's also contributing to the economy, because like it provided like representation, it gave people something to do, something to look forward to, something to chat about, because like chatting about stuff is like way better than like violence or like theft or what I mean, like crimes. Like, chitter chatter and gossip is way better than crimes. And I keep seeing like all these American people who are making these videos, oh, the next phase of the economy for Africa, oh, businesses that you can open. There are African people right now who are like watching these videos. I see some of y'all on like my Instagram page. Like, why aren't you creating a business? Like, I don't understand. Like, why? And I think a lot of people are like, but why didn't you guys do it in America? Like, stop worrying about what's happening in America. People in America, like, most people, like, know what's going on. Like, Americans are lazy. If you didn't know that, a lot of us are very lazy. Like, especially, like, zillennials and millennials and shit. Like, we have a lot of privilege, and we're really lazy. We're going to find, like, the easiest way to, like, get over. Like, that's just what it is. 24/7, we're going to find like the easiest way to make money and keep all of our shit, like every single thing. And that's just what it is. And it's never going to change. Like, all the decades will move forward, everything will go forward, but the reality is, like, Americans will find another way to stay on top and create some other technology that will enable like America to win again, and it will keep happening over and over and over. And I feel like that's a major reason why like China wants like a peace. They're like, we got to get in on this. We need some data. We need some content, some idea, something. I don't know how these bitches keep winning. There's a lot of reasons. It's because like the best of the best always come here, and then they like, they introduce ideas and problems from where they were, like systems that were broken there, and they share those with the people who are here so that we can like fix it and not have that problem. That's called technology or innovation. But Jester's okay, so let's talk about like Steph Co and then Gabrielle Union also for a second. I think you should go watch Steph Co's video about like this like 50-50 relationship sort of issue. And also I think you should read Gabrielle Union's book, We're Gonna Need More Wine. I think Gabrielle Union's book, We're Gonna Need More Wine, and she has like another follow-up book after that. But I think those are just like, man, those are like classic American staples that you should probably read if you're a black girl, especially like a black girl in America, because it really talks about like the tragedy of like the black American female experience, how isolating it is, how many other black women just absolutely hate you. Colorism, talks about like Hollywood, I mean, just imagine being as beautiful as Gabrielle Union and having that many guy troubles. Like, it's like her relationship with Dwayne Wade barely survived. It's like all these were like, there, if you really think about it, there's like no black Hollywood couples, and there's like tons of great black women. Like, y'all see them, y'all see the girls on Instagram, everybody's got like a YouTube channel. There's no question about like if there are like really great black women out here, and I'm not talking about like biracial black women. I'm literally just talking about just like regular ass black women. And it's like it really feels like black men are out here trying to like do everything that they can to like degrade a woman. It's like what a woman has like a hoe phase. She sleeps with 3 people. All of a sudden, niggers are making 16 songs. Oh, she's a hoe rat. French Montana comes out. Oh, ha ha ha, tossing dollars at her frame. Like, fuck these niggers. Like, it's just so awful. It's like every single day they do it. It's almost like you take one step, you're like, today I went outside, and they all come and they're like, we hate you, we hate you. Like, why would you split a bill? Why are you splitting a bill with these men? Like, why? Also, I do want to introduce, there's a new song that I really like. It's called Labor. Actually, I think I posted this where I just do a listen along to the song Labor. There's a music video for it too. You should go watch it. She just like, you make me do so much labor. Heartbreak if I done. Would it be the worst thing? You make me do so much labor. And it talks about basically the brutality, being a housewife. I completely understand. It's brutal. Like, I think you should just get a job in the real world. Honestly, it's better. Like, then at least you don't have to share your body with some man. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, honestly, like, I'm telling you, as a woman, you're a commodity. You can sell your labor to the free market. I vote for that. I vote for being able to sell your labor to the free market, because at least then you can quit. You can move somewhere else. Okay, you can get a new job, a new career, but you give your body to some man, okay? You give a man really anything, your phone number, your time, a smile, and all of a sudden it turned into a murder track. So, like, maybe don't do that. Word from the wise, don't do that. And they're all just, like, extra awful. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Also, maybe black women, for a minute, just have a seat. Like I've said this before. I don't think you definitely shouldn't be splitting bills with somebody. Like, why? Most men don't even have any bills because, like, they don't have any jobs. So, we can't even be serious right now. Like, they can't even work at McDonald's. Like, I was talking to a guy. This is like, it wasn't even last year. It was like a year and a half ago, right? And I was like, oh, like, why don't you just get a job at the McDonald's? You could just work at the McDonald's. And he was like, oh, I would apply. And I was like, oh, but why won't you apply? And he was like, oh, I just don't. And then I just sat there and looked. And in my mind, like, in my head, I actually wrote it down in my phone. I was like, nigger, nigger, nigger. I just kept writing it in the phone. And I was like staring at him. And then I think, like, some men have gotten so mad at me because I say it out loud and they get so mad. I was just like, oh my God, you're so awful. Like, you can't even do anything. You could be like checking out bags, just putting groceries in bags. But you won't do that. You could go, if you're so passionate about, like, Africana or something, why don't you go to Africa and start a business? No, they won't do that either. It's like, okay, well, you care so much about African American history. Have you taken a class in African American history? Do you actually know what the fuck you're talking about? Because I feel like right now we're getting a lot of these, like, YouTube gurus who are coming on here talking about all this shit. Oh, we're like kings and queens and shit, but they couldn't cite to you one source. They've never, like, read any books or anything. They don't understand world history, colonialism, and capitalism. Like, everybody can't be like a speaker on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I get it if there's like one or two. Like I said, this is just a representation channel. Like, I'm literally just here to just be like, I'm alive right now and the internet exists. So, like, we're just gonna keep doing this until, I guess I can't afford the internet anymore, and then I would have to stop making videos. But I mean, until that happens, we could just talk. Let's just talk. I know I have things to say. My nutcracker over there has thoughts. My comfy is comfortable. Yeah, we could do that. I don't know. We've got like 70 more years. How many more? How many more sandwiches could I possibly eat? The answer is a lot. How much more tiramisu can I consume? A lot. Okay. How many more tubes of lip gloss can we go through? Bitch, a lot. How many more albums can we write? So many. So many. How much longer can I grow my hair? So long. Also, I'm going to start taking prenatal vitamins because I want my hair to thicken out. Actually, you guys are here now. You can watch me take. I think I have a multivitamin that's like right near me. Hold on, I'll take it so you guys can see. Okay, I got two. So there's this one, and there's this one.